this is amazing. It's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vanderkrant in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vanderkrant in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono. He's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson off wide.
Is green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to twos. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down to the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tannock and James Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he undercommitted, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see if we get the good run. Dodd's just absolute thinker, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the SRW GR86 Nationals Round 8 from Oulton Park. I'm JP. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Steve Sinkovic here this evening as well, who's going to come along, as he normally does, for the ride. And I do say ride because it is going to be one. Let's have a look at the scores on the doors. Joshy Houghton out in front on 1,063, 42 points ahead of Carl Lavery, Jackson Pringle, Dan Burn, Dan Batouche and Dougie Gowans. And you've got Ratcliffe, Oliver, Gallo, DeBono, Cat Gazinos, Noble, Price and Hodgkinson. In the Pro-Ams, it is Chris Tomlin leading away by 15 points. That's still up for grabs with Trev Mortimer, Kev Wakefield, Stevie Daniels, Wayne Edwards, Brad Mays, and then everybody else in behind that one. In the AMs, it is Bradley Wall leading the way here as well, who is out in front on 685 with 20 points over Greggy Johnson, Steph Piccoli, David Simmons, Shane Nowens, Greggy Leake, Dan Harding, Brent Wassell, Brandon Sopen and Brad Anderson. I'm just going to show you the Pro-Ams again because I believe the pros got stuck on the screen. As you can see there, Chris Tomlin is ahead by 15 points and then everybody else in below that one. Looking forward to this one, Steve. We're at Oulton Park. We're on the short circuit. 3:20 minutes. What could go wrong?
Famous last words. What could go wrong? Everything but anything, and it's going to be a pearl up. Oulton Park, another cracking track, and some very tight positions. I mean, there's 45 points. What did you say between Lavery and my boy Lavery and Horton?
Yeah, 42.
And then Brad Wall's got Greggy Johnson chasing. So there's plenty of fighting to be going up till the end of the season. So round 8, second last round, and I think it's going to be an absolute pearler.
Yeah, absolutely as well. All championships are still up for grabs. We'll see how they are after this one as well. If anybody hasn't seen Oulton Park, Foster's layout, literally 1.654 miles, 2.662 kilometres in length. Been used since 2003. It is not very large whatsoever, and it's going to make it very, very interesting indeed as we see Wayne Edwards just go round there at the moment in time.
And Brad Wall.
And Brad Wall, yeah. I've driven this circuit, Steve. It's not the most easiest.
No, I actually, this is probably the only layout I haven't driven of this track, and I was just watching it coming out. It looks like the bottom chicane where the tyres are before the bus stop. Well, what I call the bus stop. So it's different, very different.
Yeah, let's take you on board with Joshy Houghton, who's going to do a lap for us, I'm sure, as it goes over the line, 105.379. This is into turn 1, into Old Hall. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to run down the avenue, down through Denton's, and then coming into what is Cascades, which is at the base of the hill here. This is Cascades normally. Normally we go left. We're going to go straight on into the right-hander, hard braking zone. Through the right they go. Then you can start getting the power on a little bit. Oh, he's a little bit wide there. Through Knickerbrook, and then we start off up the hill as per normal, up through Clay Hill, Water Tower, and coming into the double right-hander of Druids. Not very long at all, and these guys have got a lot to contend with here as well. Down the hill, through Cascades, down into that right-hander is very, very tricky. Into this double right-hander of Druids, and then you're coming into the final quarter of Lodge, where you will go for a run round Deer Leap and up the other side, of course. That's the circuit, Steve. It's not very long, but I can tell you what, that run down from Cascades down into that right-hander is going to be very, very tricky indeed.
Yeah, well, we've seen two cars already rotate through there just in start of the qualies. It's going to be a cracker, mate. That's a great layout. I haven't been fortunate enough to do that layout, but that looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, I have, dude. I've driven this in Clio's. There was 40 of us rushing down this hill, and let's just say there was probably only 30 of us who made it through
to be honest with you, because I think there was about 10 who ended up in the left-hand side tyre barrier there as well, which is a known place that you can go off. Horton stuck in behind 747. Unfortunately, there's not a lot he can do there. Dan Batouche pulls over. Danny Burns out on the racetrack. He's coming into the double right-hander or up through Knickerbrook now, and he will be on his way again. I think that's going to make it quite interesting. The fact that we've still got 3 championships up to grabs, though, makes this an interesting one.
Oh, it's going to be spectacular. Everything to fight for everywhere. I'm looking at it at the moment, and from first to, where is it? First to 10th is all within a second of each other. So, and the grid tonight is, we've got 19, but we've got 2 that still haven't jumped on track. So we're still waiting for Dean to get on and Russell Gander. They're the only 2 left. They're in the session, so if they don't make the first race, they'll make the second and third.
Well, let's hope these boys do here. Danny Burns going to go over the line as well. He's got, unfortunately, all oranges. There's going to be no improvement for Dan Byrne this time around. Cochrane's got some improvements on the board as he comes over the line. Nobody else, Shane Ratcliffe, Dougie Gowans, Kat Gazinos and Piccoli have all got no improvements whatsoever. So it looks like Piccoli's going to stay down in 17th here. Brendan Soper has got some movements on the board. Unfortunately, he is there. That is never a good spot to be. And let's find out why Brendan Soper is there. I reckon it's coming around the final corner. Too much gas, and he spins it up. Ready? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, didn't even get a chance to spin it, did he?
No.
He's kept it off the wall.
He's just round the corner.
He's kept it off the wall and just called it that run as the run. Back to the pits.
Why
yeah,
has
look,
Steve Daniels got an Indian flag?
Who?
Stevie Daniels.
Stevie Daniels has got an Indian flag?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Is he Indian?
I don't know. He didn't. I think we spoke to him once before. I'm not sure. Or I've heard him on the thing. Maybe he is. Yeah, who knows?
No.
Don't know.
I'm going to override that because I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. Unless he's just done it for giggles, but I've put him as Australian. I'm going to presume that's where he is. But if he
done it for giggles,
maybe I don't really know why else you would put an Indian flag on your name if you're not from India or whatever the flag is.
True.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can think of. So we're going to get into it straight away. We've got 3 minutes, top 10 reverse and a top 5 reverse. How many safety cars?
Yeah. Ooh, that first corner's pretty slippery. I reckon 1 apiece.
So 2 altogether.
3 each, 1 for each heat.
Oh, 3, yeah. I'm going to go 1.
1. Ooh, nice. You have more faith than I have in them tonight.
Yeah, there ain't many.
Don't forget tonight. The third heat's only at the top 5.
Reverse
flip. Yeah, reverse top 5. So top 10 reversed for the second heat, and top 5 reversed for the third heat.
Yeah. So there we go. On that one, as these guys coming towards the end of qualifying. Dougie Gowan sat in behind Mr. Horton. Dougie there, not in his traditional full throttle livery. I wonder if that's not loaded properly. Let me have a...
No, it's the same on mine, but I think mine's been playing up. I'll hit a refresh on mine as well.
I wonder. Let's just give Dougie a little bit of a refresh to see if it changes. Good evening, by the way. If you are here, let us know, and we can have a chat with you.
Yeah, a bit quiet tonight, peeps. What's going on? Everyone on track. Everyone's enjoying it. There's a few people watching. Maybe our chat's not functioning properly. Who knows? But yeah, say hello. We're not used to this sort of silence out there from our viewers. That's for sure.
Absolutely. As my dog just goes absolutely bonkers in the background, but there we go. Hopefully you can't hear it. Joshie Horton leading the way in pole position at the moment, 105.303. And Dougie Gowans, Jackson Pringle, Dan Byrne and Shane Ratcliffe as well. Still continue to scrap it out in qualifying. 5 minutes to go here. Is anybody going to be able to overturn Horton, do you reckon?
Oh, look, the only one that's really been pushing him hard this season, well, there's been a few actually, I shouldn't say the only one. Everyone's had their go. Daniel Burns had their go, Pringle's had their go, Lavery's had their go, Bartush's had their go. Evening fellas, stuck at work again. Oh, Mr. Wassel, that sucks. They've all had a crack at him. I think the ones that have had probably the most effect have been Burns, Lavery and Gowans. But we'll see tonight. I think things might change around.
You reckon?
I mean, there's a lot of points up for grabs still, so Josh hasn't got it in the bag just yet.
Yeah, there is the splits. You can see there down in the AMs, there's 4 of them who have set a time. I think there's only 4 in the race, to be honest with you. A little bit more in the Pro-AMs. There's 9, but only 8 have set times. And in the AMs, there is only 8 drivers. So we better see them all on the left-hand side there as well. So thanks so much if you had come and joined us for what plans to be a very chaotic, manic evening of racing. 5 minutes to go. Nobody really setting the timing tower alight at this moment in time. We're on board with Jackson Pringle, who's got a purple in sector 1. Not quite sure how at this short track. There's 4 sectors. I probably would have just said 3, but hey, I don't control them.
Yeah. Why not just make it a bit harder? Oh, Daniels has got himself 3 greens already.
What do we think he's going to be able to do, though?
Pringle has done not too bad. Doesn't really moved him anywhere.
Yeah, Daniels goes over the line. 106.370 sets his fastest time, but doesn't go up from 3rd place, unfortunately. Moves up to 12th overall. Bradley Wall in pit lane. Kakazinos in pit lane. Wakefield there. Byrne is in pit lane. Few others still out on track. Chris Tomlin, who's was leading the Pro-Ams, but has been taken by Trev Mortimer. Tomlin down a little bit further there. Everybody else. Is this the stage we're kind of running out of tyres, Steve, before we can do anything?
I think the tyres on this thing doesn't wear as bad as it does on the cars. They pretty much hang on. I think it's more like heat dependent than anything. But no, they'll be fine. They can keep flashing him and just keep pushing him to like crazy till the end. It's more the idea is to get as many laps in as possible, get the fuel nice and low as well, so you've just got enough to splutter on the track and get the heat into them at the same time.
Danny Byrne is just
That's an interesting pit entrance as well, isn't it?
It definitely is, mate. It's not the most easiest pit entrance there either.
Yeah.
It's on the right-hand side. You can see here on board with Nick Cochran. Your pit lane entry is literally up in the right-hand corner, just there. So they've got to be very, very careful. Yeah, very, very careful of how they go over here.
And with the amount of cars on tracks tonight as well, the pit exit's going to be a bit dangerous as well. So drivers, during qualies, the exiting car has the right of way, but during the race, it's the during qualies, the car on track has right of way. During the race, the exiting car has right of way as he comes out the pits. So it could be sticky tonight.
Why is that? That seems very Irish.
I don't know. Well, it just means that during qualifying, if you're coming out of the pit, you can't impede someone on a hot lap by coming out in front of them.
But during
the race, you've got your natural line out, and the guys are going to make way and room for you and not contact you. Yeah, because you can't have guys stopping at the edge of the pit lane. That's for sure.
Oh, well, okay. There we go then. I would have thought it would have been the same way, but never mind. Carl Avery over the line, no improvements on his time. Tomlin, no improvements. Cochrane, no improvements. Simmons, no improvements. And at the moment, Dougie Gowans has got no improvement either. So there we go. Unfortunately, no real speedy times to say or get on here, as we've got less than 55 seconds remaining.
Yep, and that will just cut boom. Good evening, all. Great to see Russell Gannon back in the 86s. Let's go, Steph Piccoli and Mark Cochran.
That's them going round.
Rushy is still waving the Apex flag. Good to see, even though he's not an Apex boy anymore.
Oh, who is he now? Someone.
There you go. He's with Accelerate. Bubs, clearer definition in. The guy on track at racing speed has more visibility of the other cars than the guy exiting the pits, which is very true. Most of the time you can't really see as clear as you're coming out, and you've got to do that hard in your VR. You're what's
Dougie's
that's
had
not
enough.
a good shortcut. I was going to say, yeah, most of the time in VR, it's tough coming out of the pits because you can't really see that far back either. You sort of try to watch your relative and find the gap.
Yeah, I was going to say, do they not have a relative?
You do, but your relative isn't that easy when you're coming out of pits compared to the guys on track. It's a bit confusing sometimes.
Josh
Here we go, mate.
on pole position with Carl Lavery in second, and Dougie Gowans, Jackson Pringle, Dan Batouche, and Dan Byrne, Shane Ratcliffe, Trev Mortimer leading the Pro-Am, Sam Katkazinos, Kev Wakefield, and Bradley Wall leading the AMs. And then further on from that, we got Stevie Daniels, Russell Gander, Mark Cochran, Chris Tomlin, Wayne Edwards, Bradley Mays, Steph Piccoli, Brendan Soper, and David Simmons. Dean is in the session, but whether or not he takes to the start is something we're going to have to look out for here as well. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting for a few cars to get onto the grid, but we'll see what goes on here as well. And hopefully these guys will get out and have no trouble whatsoever. That's the philosophy.
Sorry, I'm just listening to RC at the moment, just giving the final messages at the moment, making sure everyone's got it all clear and concise and there's no misconceptions.
Okay.
What's your pick, mate? What's the story? What are you going with today?
Who's
your outright for tonight?
I think if Horton gets out in front, he'll win the pros. Mortimer, Wakefield maybe in the Pro-Ams will have a nice little battle, but I think Mortimer's going to come out on top. Steph Piccoli, Bradley Wall, I think it's going to be Brad Wall. I don't know if Steph's quite got the pace to keep up with him, but it depends on how Brad handles the traffic in and around them. So, that's my philosophy.
Yeah, cool. So we've got a couple missing because they've got a buy for tonight because of the bad points we've got missing there, and a couple still at work like Mr. Wassel. Looking like it's a little bit hazy out there, mate.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Just what's the weather say?
Dry, 19 degrees.
Are we going into an evening race?
We are, by the looks of it. 5:01 in the morning.
Okay, there you go. That's good. That's good. But it also means the tyres are going to be cold and the car lights are coming up.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. There's going to be a big puff of smoke on the GR86 grid. Joshy Horton gets out in front. Lavery sitting in second place. Gowans in third as they all go down into turn 1. Jackson Pringle, Dan Batouche, side by side. They've made it through without any dramas either. This is going to be the opening time. Can they all get through this without any problems at all? Now, we're going to rely on the fact that this is going to be a big old fat yes, and everybody's going to make it through here at this corner. It's very, very difficult. There's a dive up the inside there from Mark Cochran on one of the LCRs. That's Steve Daniels. They're going to be side by side coming through Knickerbrook here. This might not always work out. They have managed to make it work, but at the moment it is Horton takes the whole shot. He's out in front, got the lead. He's got going. In through Druids he goes without any problems. Joshy Horton takes the race lead here, Steve, and has got away cleanly.
Yeah, Rushy's going. It looks like a jump start. No, Trev Mortimer bogged it down and didn't get off the line. So he had a few cars coming in and around him. Kevin Wakefield got around him really well, but he had a really tight battle through those first few corners and that tight right-hander with Bradley Wall side by side, but come out nice and clean.
Yeah, no dramas at all for anybody at the moment. Oh, as I say that, oh, for God's sake.
Dean just said, sorry, Brendan.
This is why. Oh.
Yeah, Dean just said, sorry, Brendan.
That's a hard one because Dean did look alongside him. So
he did, but I don't think Dean made enough, not enough of an attempt to go right. I think he was slid straight into him. Yeah. But look at leave that to the boys downstairs, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Confirming no jump start, says SLM. So copy that, says cheers, says Rushy. But Orton leads the way at the moment. Lavery in behind him, then Dougie Gowans and Jackson Pringle. Then you got Batouche, Byrne, Ratcliffe, Katkazinos. 1.4 second gap to Kev Wakefield leading the Pro-Ams, and Bradley Wall leading the AMs at the moment. I did say it's going to be very difficult for people to get near him here, I think, on that one. But we'll see how these guys get on. But Horton is coming over the line again. takes that whole shot down into turn one. No real dramas at all. There's a lot of action further back. Dean's been off track again.
Yep.
Steph Piccoli has been off track as well. There was a message from RC, 24 incident, lap one investigating. Piccoli's gone and spun it up. There's somebody else there as well.
What was that?
Bradley
Mays and Piccoli.
Yeah, Bradley Mays and Piccoli.
Oh, that was
together.
a big hit by Mays. Big hit into the walls.
Yeah, Dean's been off the circuit again here. Not an ideal scenario for him, but at the moment, up through the run now, through Clay Hill, through the water tower, coming into Druids. A double right-hander that these guys have got to kind of aim, point, shoot, and hope for the best. And at the moment, Horton's made it through cleanly without any issues whatsoever. Pringle on the back of Gowans. Gowans chasing down Lavery. Down that run they go into Lodge now. Pringle pokes his nose out, thinks better of it here. This is a very difficult scenario because especially the fact that Dougie Gowans is getting draft off Lavery.
Yeah, they're all really close. There's 5/10 between Lavery, Horton, Gowans, Pringle. Dan Bartu's got the biggest gap, 7/5, and same as Daniel Byrne and Ratcliffe. So they all gap out to just close to a second. But great little battle pack there, and Wakefield is the cork in the bottle for the pack coming through behind them. But now they've even gapped out more. Looks like Cochrane's had an incident or something. He's dropped a couple of seconds down.
Wakefield's got Daniels battling behind him on your bottom screen at the moment as well. Pringle is still in here, still mixing it up with Dougie Gowan, still fighting out that one drive-through penalty, avoidable contact for car number 24. That's Dean Sinkovic.
That sure is.
Naughty boy, naughty boy, Mr. Sinkovic there, as he's just copped himself a drive-through penalty for that incident with Brendan Soper. You can see down in the bottom right-hand corner, Wakefield, Daniels still fighting out. They're coming into Druids out the other side. The leaders are coming into Lodge at the moment. It's going to be hard on the brakes for Pringle. Dougie Gowan's in front. Lavery there. Gowan's nestled in right behind Lavery. Up through Deer Leap they go. Now on the run over the start line, Joshy Horton, Lavery, Gowans, Pringle, 2-second gap to Byrne. He's got 7 attempts back to Ratcliffe, then Kat Gazinos, then Daniels, then Wakefield. Still in that bottom right-hand corner. Wakefield's looking up the inside of Daniels at the moment. He's going to go through. He takes the lead in the Pro-Ams. Kev Wakefield gets the lead in the Pro-Ams. Now on the run down through Cascades, down into the right-hander again. Horton still out in front, and he's opened the gap up to about 8 attempts. Pringle in behind that. Wakefield and Daniels having a right little ding-dong down in the bottom corner.
Oh, it's a special one. It's going hell for leather. The other little battle that's going nuts at the moment. Oh,
Daniels
it's just changed. Fine and dandy. That's unfortunate there. It was a great little battle that they had going. But now Chris Tomlin, Russell Gander, and Wayne Edwards are having a great little stash. Russell Gander is 1.5 tenths. He's just that corner's going to be tough for everyone tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is. Chris Tomlin in the battle. Bradley Wall with Gander there as well. Hey, Mr. Trumpy, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. Roblox here as well. Fine and dandy. How are you? I'm all right. Thank you very much. I think Steve's okay. He's had his afternoon, evening sleep as normal, like the old man does.
I'm always good. I'm always chirpy. Going well. Pringle is set another fastest lap with a 105.576. That's his second time he's up that ante up. Very, very close pace up the front, mate. Very close.
Yeah, Tomlin's under investigation here, but I'm not entirely sure why. Is Tomlin under investigation? Something happened on lap 3. Can't actually find it. Dan Batouche went off the circuit. Piccoli's been off again. Horton's been off again. Daniels, Gazinos, Gowans again. So some dramas happening further down here. On board we go with Wayne Edwards on that run up the hill now. Through Clay Hill, the left-hander coming into Water Tower. Through we go, no real dramas. Now into Druids. Hard on the brakes for Wayne Edwards as Russell Gander in front of us. Gander again is holding on from Edwards. Edwards tucked in behind on the run down into Lodge. Jace Douglas, hey JP, beep, 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 and Steve! Love it. Oh,
look, it's almost like we're going to have to be like, what's his name on YouTube? Anyway, if you know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying.
If you don't, then you have no idea. Like me, don't have a clue. So there we go on that one at the same time. Piccoli's having a right little bit of a ding-dong.
Food, drive for a penalty.
212 is Mr. Chris Tomlin, but I have no idea where this is from. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, Bacoli was having a bit of a ding-dong earlier on. She's now dropped away. Dean's gone into pit lane, so that's kind of killed that battle. If you can go into Bradley
Well, he's
Wall
doing his
for me.
drive-through.
And I'm going to pick up a Joshy Horton with Lavery, with Gowans, with Pringle. Down on Kev Wakefield, Bradley Wall. I think Mark Cochrane's just been off.
Yep. Kevin Wakefield is chasing down Bradley Wall as we speak.
Yeah. Wall's having his own little battle. No, Wall's having a battle with Cochrane there, mate.
Yeah.
So there we go. My mum's in the UK on holiday, JP. Once went to Stratford upon Avon, she said. Oh, nice. I will tell you now, that is a long way from me, dude. I've got to be honest. I'm gonna just Google how far, though, because I have no idea how far it is. Let's have a look.
Tell you what.
2 hours and 53 minutes away from me. 53
minutes away from you.
Yes.
These boys are keeping the pressure on Kyle Lavery and Josh Horton, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
That's like Jackson Pringle is 1/10 off Dougie Gowans. Dougie Gowans 2/10 off Kyle Lavery. Kyle Lavery 4/10 off Josh Horton. So brilliant little battle going on the front there. Bradley Wall, Cochrane still going on the bottom screen. Cochrane is putting a lot of pressure on him. Time breaks are pretty similar as in best times, but the last lap, Cochrane is like a second or two slower. So he must be, I'm not sure what's going on there. Brad must have had some sort of mishap on the way through that last before the time is coming through. Yeah. Soper is back on track now as well.
Yeah, these four battling away. I'm not quite sure if Stratford upon Avon is near Birmingham, mate. Why does she want to go there? It's not very nice. Just saying. Where is she now? Though,
the only reason to go back to the UK is to visit family, isn't it?
Oh, mate, don't. At this moment in time, there ain't a reason to come here at all, to be blatantly honest with you. I don't even want to be here. You know what I mean? If anybody wants to sponsor me in America or Australia, and pay for my moving costs, I'm happy to go. All right, just to let you all know. Oh, on that one.
He's ready, back.
I'm ready.
He's ready and back.
Absolutely, dude. I would even set up an OnlyFans if that helps.
Well, mate, I don't think you get much chance in the US. They're kicking Mexicans out now too.
If you're illegal, you're illegal. What more could you ask for?
Yep.
Anyway, off the politics, otherwise we'll be here all day. But Kyle Lavery, Mr. Horton, Gowans and Pringle still fighting out. Behind that is, we've got Shane Ratcliffe, which Steve's going to put on the bottom screen. He's having a good old battle with Danny Byrne as these guys continuing to fight out down in the bottom right-hand corner. There's poor old Dean, just about to be lapped if he ain't careful. Lavery's looking up the inside of Horton, nothing doing at the moment. These guys still running away. The sun's on this way up as well. It's going to be blinding at certain points. On board with Gowans we go. He's not part Lavery, sorry. Team SRW. I got a bit confused there. I was like, why am I going there? As they come down into the right hander, hard on the brakes for Lavery. Over the curb, he's going to take it. Get that I-86 rotated. Now on the run in through Knickerbrook, coming up the hill into Clay Hill Water Tower, and then coming into the double right hander of Druids. That sun is going to come beaming in our eyes in a minute. We're going to go round this right hander.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is rising in the most horriblest place whatsoever.
I think it's going to be on the main straight because that's where it's the most opened.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye here as well. Let's see what goes on. It's going to come open.
It's a hot spot. Oh yeah,
it definitely is.
All of US, they're locking everyone up. They're locking senators up. They're locking everyone up. It's like martial law by Trump.
Yeah, but at least he, cares for the country. Anyway, unlike our little flip-flop we've got in charge at the moment here as well. Pringle, Dougie Gowan still going over there. Don't say hurty words on Facebook, anybody, if you're in the UK, because you will be in prison. But there we go. Anyway, different story. Moving on. Come on, otherwise I'm going to be here. Politics drives me bonkers, mate. It absolutely does. You're setting me on the wrong path here, Steve. We've got a race to call.
I love egging you on, mate. Don't you worry about that. I know which button to push.
Oh, Dougie Gowans, Pringle, side by side. How is this going to work? They've left each other room. They're going to be mirror to mirror.
The mirrors are locked.
Wheel to wheel. Gowans still staying there. Pringle's edging him out at the moment. They're leaning on each other. Gowans wants the inside. He gives Pringle a little bit of a hit check. In through Druids. Dougie Gowans getting the gloves on. God,
nice driving. Jesus. That'll be 16 ounces, those gloves. Yeah, he's done a great job. Oh, it's not over. Pringle's still having another sniff down the inside. He's taking it past Dean. He's beat as a guard.
Oh, no. Dougie couldn't quite whack him with his walking stick out the window quick enough.
Was that just too fast for Dougie and lost traction, or was there a little bit of
dude,
door that might have got him over?
I think he watched Pringle in the background. I'm going to do this off a horrible view here. I do apologise, but it's the only way we can see it. Oh, Pringle, you've dived. Dude.
Did he have overlap or anything?
Mate, overlap. Watch the rotation from Dougie. Dougie's already rotating for the corner. So he comes in there, look as well, watch. Dougie's already rotating for the corner now. Pringle's not overlapped, and now he is overlapped on the rotation. Spins it, I think.
Dougie at the corner. He steering wheel went right hand down before Pringle got in there.
Yeah.
But again, we'll leave that down for the boys. That's what JP and I can see. Trading paint's turned off on Dougie Gowans with his new paint. I'm not sure.
Well,
Trading paints.
I've tried one paint pack. I can try trading paints and see if that makes any difference. But
same colour as he is on my car, on my screen as well, and I've done a refresh, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I'll load trading paints and see if it comes up with a different colour. If it doesn't, then we know Dougie's got the same colour that we've got at the moment here. When both of us have got the same car, you know we're both on singing off the same hymn sheet. It's only when somebody goes, Steve, you got a different colour to me, that's where it generally happens. Yeah, all right. So
Daniel Burns gone in the pits, mate. I'm not sure why. Did he got damage or?
No, whatever it is, he's in pits. He's in pit box. So there we go. Yeah. For him, Horton's still leading away with Lavery.
Oh, he's gone for a maybe he's left quali fuel in.
Yeah. Definitely Dougie got stitched. Yes, I think there as well. I think he's racing for a new team. But Dougie Gowans, no, he's part of FTR, mate. Full throttle. Well, he was anyway.
He's his own team, FTR. Yep.
The way things have been going for Doug, RC will give him the penalty.
Look, Dougie's the first one to put his hand up, mate. He copped a penalty.
Mate. Come on, Dougie's copped a couple of RC penalties.
He is. Hey, mate, the ones he copped, he's copped fair and square. The one he copped last week that we thought was going to be a bit dubious, he actually had a foot down going through the car, carrying the car through. And when the boys gave him the penalty, he said, "Yep, I was expecting it," because he didn't let off on the brake, didn't avoid the situation. So it was one of those things. It looks different from us as a viewer, but again, spectacular racing. Danny Bartu's got Mark Cockrell and Russell Gander now chasing him. I'm going to take that to the bottom screen.
Yeah, we're on board with Russell Gander.
You've got it.
I've got it already. Russell Gander, Mark Cockrell, and Dan Bartush. Yes, mate. I've already got it. Gowans is in his own little battle though. He's chasing down Kev Wakefield in the Pro-Ams at the moment. We'll bring you up the splits here as well. I have to mention it because otherwise Steve gets confused about what I'm doing. So there's the splits on the Pro to Pro. And hey, I ain't wrong. All right. Oh,
Dean's up again. Dean's up again. I think Dean's employed by iRacing to scan the tracks.
Dean was already off.
Yeah.
Dean. Oh my God! I'm going to go backwards here. I'm going to do this in a very unconventional way, but I can't.
See the slide? I don't know how he just got such a big power slide there.
Watch this. He's already sliding now.
Yeah.
You ain't
and there's a camber there too. There's a camber there.
Car 7, lap 11, drive-through penalty, contact there as well. Who is car 11? Is that Mr. Pringle?
246.
Car 7. Who's car 7? Dougie?
No, that was incorrect. It's
Dougie Gowans got the penalty.
No, he didn't. He
What?
What was the car? Someone else has got it. Who was the other car?
Jackson Pringle.
246 has got it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out on poor old Dougie if he has just copped another one there. Kev Wakefield, Bradley Wall still fighting out. Further down, we've got Mark Cochran and Russell Gander. They're still having a battle with 4 minutes to go. Dougie is a QLD, so probably paying off the officials like... paying off the officials like last night in Origin. I have no idea what that means, mate. You're speaking to.
So last night, Queensland won in the state of origin against New South Wales.
Okay.
And what he's saying is they paid him off. So so they had the wrong number before. 246 got the drive through. That was Pringle on the inside of Dougie Gowans.
Okay, well, there you go. Dougie survives here as well. 16 coming into 17 minutes, 3 minutes to go on board with Bradley Wall. I'm a bit worried that the sun's going the wrong way here because I've got early morning, but I've got 5:19. I'm going to presume 5 on the 24-hour clock is AM. Partly cloudy, 19 degrees, but it seems to be getting darker, and we've got window wipers from Bradley Wall.
Going. Yeah, usually it's the other way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's normally 17 something, but there we go. Maybe he's just
Well,
gone the wrong one.
let's keep our fingers crossed.
Oh, Dougie's behind Jackson Pringle again. Pringle's been in pit lane. Through he's gone. So Dougie and Pringle resuming a battle. Ding, ding, ding. Round 12. Because they've had 11 all the way through the race already. Let's see what goes on. See if Pringle can hold on here as well. No abuse of the old man because he's bashing up Pensioners Day in Australia at the moment. Hard on the brakes. Dougie Gowans goes into Druids. He's going to get a run here if he can bury the throttle. He can bury the throttle. Grandpa's going for it. He's flashing the walking stick out the window at Jackson Pringle. Coming down into the final right-hander. Gowans jinks out. Shows him his nose. He says, I'm not looking. I'm just on the edge here. Pringle now holding on. Gowans going again. These two having a right little ding-dong, Steve, and we're only going to have one and one more, I believe.
Well, I think you're right there, mate. And Dougie is a lapped car here too, so he is in the way, isn't he?
Nope.
Oh, he's not. He's unlapped.
There you go. He's not. He's sitting in sixth at the moment. This is full position.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, good job on that one. I've got the same livery on Dougie's car, so I can't help you, unfortunately, on that one. Maybe Dougie's just changed livery from the red and silver chrome there. Bonhams. I don't know who wants to be doing that, fella.
It's like a boxing ring in the middle, eh?
Hit him, Doug, hit him. I don't think it works like that, mate. I'm not on the racetrack. I can see Dougie waving the walking stick, but I don't know if he's going to make contact with Pringle. Final lap of the race. I think it's just gone on there. Horton's gone over the line. I'm waiting for the RC message to tell us it's the white flag, because generally we might forget at some point here as well. But Dougie Gowan's going again. Pringle, do you know what? I think this is going to be very, very close here. Is that a safety car out? Why is Barbs and Keeney in pit lane?
No, it can't be.
Why are they both there?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, one's ours and one's the static one.
No, they're both in there. Look, Barber's there.
Are they?
Keeney's there.
Oh, there you go. Maybe they just haven't hopped out. They're sitting in their rigs doing their work.
Oh, okay. As Horton's going to come over the line, I think there might be... I think we're going to snatch one more here.
Yeah.
20 seconds
Looks like it's
to
going to
go.
be very close.
20 seconds.
Oh, Daniel Burns gone for a spin. All on his own.
There's going to be one more, I think. Yeah, one more lap. It is going to be one more to go here. Horton, Lavery. Just enough time to bring you up. Danny Burns, little drama. Bring in NASCAR rules. Mr. Trump, can't do that. Oh, that's going to rotate on the exit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. On that corner, everyone's been doing it all night.
Yeah, absolutely. Back now with Joshie Horton, who's got a few more corners to go. He is leading the way from Lavery. So Lavery's going to come in second, I believe, here. Ratcliffe there as well, grabs himself a third place. Great job from him. Kev Wakefield is going to lead the Pro-Ams. If he comes over the line, he just survives one more lap. And Bradley Wall in the AMs. Good job from all of these guys through Druids for the final time we go. On the rundown into Lodge at this moment in time. Josh Horton has got one more corner to go here at Oulton Park on the Foster's layout. Shorter layout in Oulton Park. Down the hill he goes. Joshie Horton takes the victory. Joshie Horton takes the victory. Over the line he goes. Carl Lavery comes over in second. What's going on with Dougie Gowans and Pringle? Well, this is going to be a run down to the final corner here. Is Dougie going to go for it? Pringle's... Oh, Dougie. Tuck in, son. Cut back. Gowans is going to try and get the run to the line. But I think Pringle's going to hold on to it. The line isn't very far down here at Oulton Park. He is going to go over the line. Jackson Pringle takes the position away. Kev Wakefield wraps up the AM. Bradley Wall in the Pro-Am. Mark Cochran grabs himself second in the Pro-Ams as well. Good job from him. And over the line he goes. Russell Gander coming in third place. Good job. And then in the AMs, it's Mr. 747 takes the second place. And Brendan Soper grabs third in the AMs there as well. Great job from everybody all here as well. Not a bad race.
Not bad at all. Got great little battles out there. I think the pace has been pretty good. Lavery in the end got the fastest lap with a 5.34. But Josh Horton was just controlling the front line there, mate. There was no they were going to catch him. But reverse top 10 Mark Cochrane and Dan Bartouche on the front row. Bradley Wall, Kevin Wakefield second row. And Gowans and Pringle third row. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Horton is your winner with Lavery and Ratcliffe. That's Ratcliffe. That's your 1, 2, 3 in the pros. I had to check myself then. Sam Catgazinos, we didn't see much of him, or with Jackson Pringle with 5th and 6th, who had his own battle with Gowans there. Kev Wakefield leading the Pro-Ams. Bradley Wall leading the AMs. Great job from them too. Dan Batu separates Mark Cochrane and Russell Gander for the Pro-Am podium. Wayne Edwards in 12th. Stevie Daniels and Danny Byrne. And Chris Tomlin. David Simmons takes second in the AMs, with Trev Mortar separating him from Brendan Soper, who grabbed third. And then behind that, Steph Piccoli, Bradley Mays, and Mr. Dean Sinkovic, of course, as we go into gridding for race number 2. Blimey, that was thick and fast. Mark Cochrane on pole position with Dan Batush in second and Bradley Wall in third. Kev Wakefield fourth. That's going to be blinking interesting at the front. Dougie Gowans is ahead of Jackson Pringle, Sam Catgazinos, Shane Ratcliffe, Carl Avery and Joshy Horton. Russell Gander and Wayne Edwards tucked in 12th. Stevie Daniels, Danny Byrne, Chris Tomlin, David Simmons, Trev Mortimer, Brendan Soper, Steph Piccoli, Bradley Mays and Dean Sinkovic, and of course RC in behind that. Mark Cochrane leading the field here, Steve. I'm a little bit scared.
I think he'll be all right, actually. I think he'll be all right. It's going to be a tough one to see. It's a better start out of him and Dan Bartouche of both very capable. Last time we saw Bradley Wall lead the 86s out, it was a tough little battle in the rain, if you remember, and he won the race. So he likes being out the front. Kevin Wakefield, second row. Ooh, he's going to be a bit nervous there. I think there might be a bit of Code Brown off the line.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's find out here. So we're going to be bringing up the lights very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's race number 2 coming up. Roadblocks there. Go Cocky. I presume that's Mark Cochrane, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm assuming so too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's talking about one of us 2 old cocks.
Hey. Right, 5 lights.
We're off.
Here we go. We are up and running. Mark Cochrane on the right, Dan Batush on the left. Batush has got the overlap right at the beginning. Pringle's pulled out there as well. He's just thrown a block on the car behind Jackson Pringle was Catagazinos. Dan Batush leads the way. Gowans has taken a wider line than he should do, i.e. that wide is off the side of the circuit. But it is Dan Batush with a whole shot down through Cascades for the first time here. Hard on the brakes into the right-hander. Ratcliffe's got that all-peak tongue. Is he going to stop that car? That's going to be the question. He did, Shane Ratcliffe. Good job from him stopping the car, but led away by Dan Batush, Mark Cochrane, Bradley Wall, all in there. Dougie Gowans, Jackson Pringle, Wakefield, Catgazinos, Lavery, Joshua Horton sitting in 9th for the moment. There's more drama further back, and Ratcliffe again held the car on the first run down the hill, but he didn't hold the car up through Knickerbrook, and there's going to be side-by-side action. No, Ratcliffe does it on his... Oh, he's coming across! Oh, he's hit Danny Byrne!
Oh, he's destroyed Daniel Byrne. Oh, and he's destroyed someone else too. That was, I mean, he didn't do it intentionally. It was all on his own, unfortunately, but safety car has been called. Oh, Burns had nowhere to go. Donald... Trading pace is not playing up for the final time. It is what it is. That is Brendan Soper destroyed there, man. He just... Dude, that was days of Thunder-esque.
Oh, he just... Boom.
Yeah. Byrne had nowhere to go. His rear tyres were in the air. I think his brakes were on. I don't even know what he knew what was going on.
Oh, my God. Ratcliffe, Byrne. Byrne comes back across the track. Soper goes and gets absolutely... smacked. Gowans and Wall ended up in some form of drama. Oh, this is the end of the first lap here. Bradley Wall, Gowans is sliding. Oh, Dougie. Over he goes and unfortunately loses his nose. He's in pit lane. He's going to get repaired and come back out. But we are under safety car down by 2 there. I need to change that safety car screen actually to match the one in SFL at the same time. Well, I remember. So there we go. I'll just write that down on my list actually.
Josh Horton, Kyle Lavery up 4 places, doing really well. Dean and Brad Mays at the back up 6 places. Trev Mortimer at 5.
Yeah.
So doing well. Bartouche has got the lead at the moment with the safety car.
There you go on that one. I think we need... Oh, no, we've done trading paints. I'm a girl too. Okay, Roblox. Apologies. I'm not quite sure how we would recognise that, Steve, to be honest.
No, I don't know.
No, me neither. But, hey, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, he's a fast dude in the open wheeler. Marcus Watson has pretty much got the title wrapped up in the Formula Super Lights. He won the Australian Open Nationals in the last break, and we'll see how he goes for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Under safety car, there is not a lot going on at this moment in time, apart from they're driving around following a safety car that's driven by Greggy Barber, who I'm sure will get it all the way to the end without any problems whatsoever. Roblox, who are you? Are you in the Discord? Are you racing? Let us know who you are so I don't get confused. Because there's not a lot of females I know, apart from Steph Piccoli
and Di Feldman.
Di Feldman. Who else is there?
That's it at the moment that we've got. There was a few other girls we had. We had another girl not too long ago, but she's gone. It would be a huge contender to win the. I hope so. Hopefully, it's time for SRW to win the Australian Open Nationals. We so far have been unfortunate. First race we took ourselves out. Second race we're a bit unlucky. But at the end of the day, you've got to be there to win it.
Barbs gets it into pit lane, I'm going to presume. Yes, he does.
Yep.
Dan Bartouche has the field here. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. It's going to be up and running again.
Still behind Lavery. I've got the second camera on those two at the moment.
Yeah, Bartouche leads us away. Mark Cochran still holding on to second. Pringle coming in as well. Is Cochran going to go on the defence? No, he's left that door open. Pringle's going to get the overlap. On the bottom right-hand corner, it's Lavery and Horton as Pringle goes up here as well. Kyle Lavery does end up hanging on to that position from Joshy Horton, but only Josh. You see them just in the background. Dan Bartouche leads us away. Mark Cochran leads in the Pro-Ams ahead of Kev Wakefield. Wakefield's ahead of Lavery. Lavery's ahead of Horton, and it's still a continuation of where we was before the safety car. But Dan Bartouche leading the field. He's doing rather well this evening.
He is. He's very controlled out there. He's not doing anything erratic. He's trying to keep it nice and clean off the curbs. And I think that's all he really needs to do, because if you can stay across that middle line, it's a hard place to pass on. Lavery is doing that to Cochran, to Horton at the moment. He's making sure he gives him not enough space. See him, he's a little bit to the left of Kev's car, as you saw him then he tucks back in for the corner. He's playing it very smart indeed.
There he is. Bartouche is going to be under pressure from Pringle very, very shortly here. Jackson's moved in behind him. There is Pringle through the right-hander. They go. Turn number 1. Now running again down the hill. Incident 876, incident that one. On that one. Down the hill they go. Hard on the brakes. I think that's under investigation. Through the right-hander. Now running through Knickerbrook as well. Pringle putting Bartouche under pressure.
Horton on the bottom screen, tucking in beside Lavery, coming through that tyre barrier. Side by side. He's got the draft. No, Lavery's got the draft of Wakefield, but Wakefield's going too wide as well.
Yeah. See them down there as well. Lavery side by side with Horton. Horton's going to use Wakefield here. He's blocked Lavery in behind. Lavery's going to go and send it free wide through the middle. These guys continuing their fight. Oh, Lavery does manage to make it work there. I'm going to bring that up onto the main screen. Lavery again. Did you
see Horton's car bouncing it through that little bit of S's before?
Yeah. It will do that, unfortunately, here as well. Kat Gazinos in behind Lavery. Cochran spreading them out, separating them. Wakefield there alongside. I think that's Bradley Wall. But Horton has managed to get away from Lavery at the moment. Mark Cochran going to put Horton under pressure. Kat Gazinos is looking up the inside. 2:35, lap 5 noted. Incident there, I'm going to presume.
Yep.
These guys keep going on here. Lavery stuck in behind Cochran at the moment, but you just saw that flash below us. That's Pringle tucked up right behind Bartouche. 7 minutes gone, 13 to go. Lavery's looking up the inside of Cochran. Nope, nothing doing here as well. Katgazinos can't get through. Wakefield can't get through. Wall can't get through. But look at Pringle and Bartouche continuing their fight down into the right-hander.
Yeah, doing an exceptional job there. Dan Bartouche is holding that line as hard as he can, Josh Horton at the moment is 1.6 seconds off the back of Pringle. Let's see how long it takes him to get up there. Sam Kenakazinos has just taken a 106. Oh, someone's had a snipe at someone about taking that pass a bit cleaner next time on audio out of the drivers. I'm sure RC will say something about it to them in the moment and give them a black and white for comms abuse. I'm not sure who it was.
Well, Dean did just pass Simmons.
Hey, there you go. It was car 03.
Who is 03? Who is 03?
No, I don't see a 03 there. I must have misheard the number.
Unless it's 031 and it's Trev Mortimer passing Stevie Daniels. Let's have a look. Mortimer is on the inside, Daniels on the outside. Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not quite sure what he saw wrong with that, to be blatantly honest. It looked fine with me. Pringle and Batouche side by side now, coming through the left-hander. Batouche gets squeezed out. Pringle takes the lead of the race here as well. Horton in behind the three of them. Dan Batouche trying to go around the outside. He's got to be careful. He's got 2 Vermilions here currently. Dan Batouche is the ETS filling in the Vermilion Bread. Down the hill they go through Cascades. It's going to be hard on the brakes here. Horton as well, tucked in right behind him. Now onto the hood we go, round to the right. Dan Batouche still holding on. Dan's got a 2-on-1 battle here. It's never going to be easy.
No, not at all. And it won't be easy for a while. We're in the nearly at the half-minute mark, so these boys are going to be pushing like crazy. He's just got to make sure that he doesn't leave a gap open that Josh can tuck into. He needs to keep that centre line and still keep the draft from the car in front.
Yeah. Failure to hold brakes, drive-through penalty for car 235. Batouche is on the defence.
235.
Oh, Dan, defending hard here.
Bradley Mays.
Mays has got himself a naughty boy penalty. Piccoli's been off track. Gowans has gone off and come back on. Cochrane's off and on as well. Brendan Soap has been off and on. Lavery, Mortimer, Simmons have all taken trips off the side of the circuit. I'll try and find where Bradley Mays did whatever he did there.
Yeah. Donald, RC loves a black and white flag. They actually don't. RC don't like to give the penalties out, but it's their job to do so. They'd rather have these boys out there battling nice and clean and having a great race. The only reason they'll give penalties out if someone's done something silly and hindered someone else's race.
Like that.
So this is Maisie. Oh, Maisie, what are you doing? Oh, my God. That was a Betty Hill moment.
Basically, that's
oh,
why.
My goodness.
That's why you got that black and white. That's why he was
that
was
all over the place.
Comms abuse warning should not happen. They have all been doing it long enough to know the comms rules. Instead, drive-through should be given for all. Yeah, I didn't have comms through.
Get a bit harsher. You can get that harsh. You can. Yeah, it is what it is. Just mute them. Again, they do mute them too. So if they do it once and they sound like they're going to do it again, they will mute them. In comms in there, the RC, especially because it comes hard to hear other guys calling incidents and stuff like that, and then they've also got to do their all their paperwork and stuff like that, and you've got people calling in silly things and keep talking. It makes the job hard.
Yeah, it definitely does. I wouldn't want to be RC, to be honest with you.
It's a job that it's a job I would not do.
No,
I would not do, and even if I had to pay myself.
Yeah, so it's not nice. I definitely would not want to be doing RC, to be blatantly honest. You never get it right, and all I find it does is it causes dramas, and that's the problem. There's so many different interpretations of rules, overtakes, and...
Oh, yeah. We all see it from different perspective, yeah? Driver's perspective, spectator's perspective, and then the RC, in pit, out pit, different perspectives on the car, camera angles. It's just so many different things. These boys will look at 6 to 7 different angles of an incident, inside, outside, who's turned down, who hasn't turned down, who's braked first, who hasn't broken first. It's quite a labour-intensive process when they go through them.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The cork in the bottle at the moment, we're going to have to call Trev Mortimer champagne because he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars behind him.
Yeah, you make a great RC, JP. Oh, don't, dude. Don't. You get a drive through. You get a drive through. You get a drive through. You stop whining like a woman. So JP
would be the Oprah Winfrey of RCs. Everyone will get everything.
No, it'd be funny. I'll be on the radio. The problem is I'll be on the radio as well going, blue flags, move out the way. Car 232, you're in the way. I'd be awful, dude. You couldn't have me. My interpretation of the rules is completely different to everybody else's. As Horton has just cleared Dan Bartouche. Now Horton runs a little bit wide. Bartouche and Lavery coming in till this battle as well. It's going to be a three-car fight down in the bottom right-hand corner. Trev Mortimer has managed to escape a little bit from Russell Gander. Gander's sitting there in his own little battle now with Bradley Wills and Stevie Daniels as these front guys continue to fight with about 7 minutes to go.
Looks like Kev Wakefield just called something in. He's got Cochrane behind him and Dern in front of him, so I'm not sure who hindered him, but there was something across there. Looks like also Bartouche and Lavery taking a liberty with track limits as they're trying to pick up and catch these boys.
Yeah. Still there. If they've got points to play with, they might as well play with them. That's what I say. If they've got incident points to go, play with them if you can, but this is sort of settled down, this little battle at the moment. I'm going to jump down to Cochrane and Wakefield because Cochrane's been closing Wakefield in for the last couple of laps here, and he's now tucked in right behind him, Mark Cochrane, as he's chasing down Kev Wakefield with Sinkovic. Dean, who's actually still on track there further up. Cochrane's now going to clear Wakefield through Knickerbrook. They've got to run side by side up through Clay Hill, through Water Tower here at the moment as well. Wakefield's holding on. Behind Wakefield is Dougie Gowans. Gowans has got over the top of Cochrane, well, got underneath Cochrane, I should say, and now is going to go and have an attack at Kev Wakefield because Dougie Gowans is getting on with it.
Very much so. He's putting the pedal down to the metal. I've put the camera down to the boys at the pointy end so that we could keep a track on them because we've got 5 minutes left to go for Heat 2, which has been all hot action. Pringle and Horton side by side at the moment on the bottom screen. Horton's taking the front. Bartouche nearly took the rear end off, and Avery's got the back of Bartouche inside line for the straight. No, Bartouche has pulled out in front of him again.
Yeah, Bartouche manages to hold on. That is on the main screen there as well. In the real world, do drivers have ability to talk with RC? No, but they do leave cryptic messages knowing that the race control are listening. So they
and they'll also give those cryptic messages to their teams on the engineers on the phone, on their mics, and those guys will go to the RCs and say, right, there's been an incident there, let's have a view of it. So these boys don't have the privilege of having engineers and spotters all the time in there, so they get to call it out themselves.
Yeah, absolutely as well. Why do the rules follow real well, then? Well, we're not really. We're just saying that keep communications down because everybody's in the same, right, Roblox, everybody's in the same voice room as such within iRacing. So these drivers can talk to each other, they can talk to RC. Now, if we allowed them to talk to each other through the game, it would be absolutely horrendous. I did see that, but he is going to hold on to it. It will be horrendous. So what we do is we tell them basically, we tell them to basically shut up, don't speak to each other, and leave RC to do the messaging. The RC will message the driver, and the driver can say, okay, thank you very much, or whatever, and then that's it. That's as far as the comms go. What we don't want is drivers arguing. Now, if you've been in an official and left your voice chat on, you will know that happens bloody constantly and you can't hear what the hell you're actually doing in the car. So we shut them up. We turn around and say, no, you are not allowed to communicate with other drivers during the race. It makes it a lot easier. Now, I'm hoping that clears it up for you, Roblox as well. If you have any further questions, please post them in YouTube chat or send me a DM. I'm in the SRW Discord, or you can get hold of Steve at PO Box stevesleepsalot.com. Thank you very much.
Who's gone into the pits then? Bradley Mays. He's serving his drive-through. Bradley Mays got his penalty for not holding his brakes for that incident beforehand. Bartouche is not leaving him much room there for Lavery. Squeezed him right onto the line. That was a very close attempt. These four boys are putting on some cracking pace. They're all ripper laps. I mean, seriously, 5 tenths, 2 tenths, 3 tenths between each other. Spectacular. What would be ideal is if only they could talk directly to RC and nobody else. But unfortunately, Discord doesn't allow us that.
Yeah,
but
it does. Roblox is not really complicated. They just have to shut up in the race. There you go. I'll put it in layman's terms for you. Yeah. They just have to basically be quiet.
True.
So
head down, bum up, and hands on the steering wheel, eyes forward, and let her rip.
Yeah. Like Lavery's doing here as well on Dan Bartouche. Bartouche is coming over. Dude, do you know what really confuses me with Dan? That's such a half-hearted defense. He didn't completely cover him off, but he didn't completely allow the door open. It was like when you leave the fridge ajar on the fridge. You know, you leave it ajar.
And the only reason you know it's open is because it starts making a sound.
Yeah, it starts beeping at you, or you walk out and you wonder why the light's on. You know, that's the thing that confuses me about fridges. If anybody can answer this, if you're not supposed to eat food at night, why is there a light in the fridge? Let me know if you can figure that one out as well. Dan Basuch and Carl Avery through the right hander they go. If you can work that one out, let me know, because you would have cured my my philosophy of life. Basuch looking up the inside now as well. He's bounced the curb. That's going to give Lavery the run here once more. Lavery does manage to hold on. I think there's just about going to be one more lap here as well. So let's see what goes on. Can I make a suggestion? Yes, as long as it's sensible. Thank you very much for that one. What's going on the bottom screen there? Who have you got on? There's a back marker in the way.
Gowans and
Gander,
and Gander. They've been swapping, getting side by side with each other, having a great little tussle. And now they've nearly gone 3 wide. You've got Mark Cochran jumping in on there. On Russell Gander, he's just done a lap on him there too. So great little bit of fighting there, boys.
Yeah, and they're having a great little ding-dong further down. Sam Katkazinos is in his own fight at the moment with Trev Mortimer. Mortimer's just gone through there. Final lap, thank you, race control. On that one. I'm sure they've only started doing that since we forgot that it was the final lap.
Yeah, they've been doing it off and on. It just depends on who's in the room and how busy they are. But yes, probably a little bit more frequently on a Thursday night. JP, for some sort of reason?
Yeah, I think it's actually, Steve, every time we're in the booth together. I don't know why. I don't know what they're playing at. Oh, see, I think they're just trying to remind us on that one. Ever since we slightly forgotten. So there we go. Right, Joshie Horton's going to come over the line here. He's going to take this victory. Horton's going to take a win here as well. He's got Pringle tucked in behind him, but I don't think Pringle's going to be a bit of a donut and go and send it on him. Through he goes, Joshie Horton, down the hill, up the hill, left-hander to go. Starts going to flash his lights frantically. Horton comes over the line. He wraps it up in the pros. Pringle second. Lavery hangs on to third there as well. Mortimer just about hangs on from Sam Katkazinos, but Mortimer takes a victory again. Bradley Wall, 2 out of 2 for Brad as he comes over the line there as well. Chris Tomlin's going to take a podium in the Pro-Ams, as is Stevie Daniels. That's an LCR 2 and 3. Great job from them, and I think that's the first time this season we've actually seen that. In the Pros, in the AMs, it's going to be Simmons again, grabbing himself a second place there as well. He's managed to find the runway and land his aeroplane quite happily. And Piccoli has grabbed a third place once again here as well. So great action.
Steph. Why isn't Simmons driving a Apex livery? He's a bit of a cross-hibernate team he's racing for. He's got a bit of a hyphen going for it.
I don't know. He had an aeroplane on the car at one point.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because he was our 747 buddy.
Yeah.
Greg Barber says it's just a bit more extra professionalism on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really the real reason, Greg, but there we go. We'll go with that one.
And if you have noticed, viewers, we have been putting up incidents as noted incidents that they are investigating them at the moment. So we're trying that as well. And Barb's is also trying some extra equipment in the back end as well for us, so makes their job a bit easier, and also relaying more information to us broadcasters and the viewers too.
Yeah, absolutely. Joshie Horton takes the victory again. Pringle second, Lavery in third. 1, 2, 3 the pros. Dan Batush wraps up fourth. Trev Mortimer takes the win in the Pro-Ams with Sam Katkazinos and Bradley Wall leading the AMs. Chris Tomlin, Stevie Daniels, LCR 2 and 3 in the Pro-Ams. Great job from them. Then Wayne Edwards, Dean Sinkovic, Dougie Gowans, Mark Cochran, Russell Gander. Simmons grabs himself a second podium. Well done to him as well. Oh, excuse me. Kev Wakefield, Dan Byrne and Bradley Mays in behind that one. And Steph Piccoli grabs himself a podium with Brendan Soper behind it and Shane Ratcliffe, who had a massive termination at the beginning of the race as well. We are into a brief 5-minute warm-up. Guys, that's going to give me a chance to top up my drinks. It's going to give Steve a chance to top up his one. And we're both old, so we probably both need the toilet. For now, we'll catch you in a minute. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here as well. Just coming towards the end of the warm-up. There's about a minute left. Let's catch up. Maybe SRW's theme tune should be Rihanna's Shut Up and Drive. I agree. It would be great if we didn't get copyrighted every time we played it. Well, there you go. Could be a problem. You cracked me up, JP. Thanks, Rushy. No worries on that one. And then Barbs is in there as well. Is it professional for RC to also be on YouTube whilst working? Absolutely, says Rushy. They're professional. They can multitask. So there we go, Donald, as well. They can do it.
I don't mind them coming onto YouTube, relaying information to us, because sometimes they can't relay it in the chat itself. So yes,
and we not very often, but we do miss things. Okay.
Yes.
Do we?
Yes, not very often.
No,
we do.
No, we never miss anything. Me and Steve, we're very full professional. So there we go. Thank you so much on that one. Right, coming into the last 10 seconds before we get race 3 going up. I'm confused. Why don't the drivers just focus on the race? Fans focus on enjoying the action and laughing with the fellow crowd. Well, we do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Roblox, I feel you're overcomplicating the brain session this morning, mate, dear sir, or dear lady, I should say. I feel just they get on the track, on a virtual track in a virtual car, and they just drive. That's about it. And then why they're there, RC tells them off. There you go. That's about as easy as we can put it here as well. Let's have a look at the grid for race number 2. Top 5 reverse. Trev Mortimer going to lead them off with Dan Bartush, Carl Avery, Pringle and Horton. Sam Catakazinos is in 6 with Bradley Wall 7. Chris Tomlin, Stevie Daniels, Wayne Edwards, Dean Sinkovic and Dougie Gowans. Good recovery from Dean, I've got to be honest, as well. Hold on, at the moment, everything seems to have stopped. There we go. Mark Cochran, Russell Gander, David Simmons, Kev Wakefield, Danny Burren, Bradley May, Steph Piccoli, Brendan Soper, and Shane Ratcliffe as well out on the racetrack. We're going to have these guys gridding up. We're going to be ready to go once more on that. Unfortunately, I'm watching tonight's race. There's always action on this track, no matter what car you drive. I agree, Greggy, I agree. Stunning run. Why are you just watching? What have you done? Are you at work? Is he at work? No, who was at work? No, Brett Wassell was at work. Why aren't you here, Greg? Seems weird vibe that I can't have a laugh without upset. Are you upset?
Oh, I don't think you've upset anyone, right? Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, lady. I don't think you've upset. She's a female. You haven't upset anybody. I'm not quite sure where you think you have on that one. Clearly, me and Steve don't get upset, to be honest with you. We don't get upset at a lot of things. If you're upsetting us, we just generally bar you from YouTube chat. So, yeah, I don't think you're upsetting us because you're still here. So, why aren't you racing, Greg? I agree. So there we go. I don't like that sound. My computer's just made a sound here. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Just about to ready to kick off.
RC gave me a week off, Greggy. Did they? That was very nice of you, Greg.
I think your 10 penalty points gave you a week off, mate.
Greggy, you naughty banana. What are you doing? You silly boy. There as well. Right, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. You got to give it a week off, apparently. His wife didn't even make him have a holiday. No, it was RC who stopped Greggy this week. So there we go. Just waiting for Kevin Wakefield to get on to there. My apology, I'm new to this stuff. Usually play Roblox with my cousin. That's fine. You come in and have some fun with us. We honestly, if you annoy us, we will tell you and we will bar you.
Lights,
I've seen that. I've seen that. 5 lights. Here we go. Trevor Mortimer's going to lead the field here as well. We are green for race number 3. Trevor Mortimer, Dan Batouche on his way here. Carl Avery, you got Horton in the background. He was almost 3x3 with Pringle and Catagazinos on the run down into Cascades for the first time. Trevor Mortimer leading the field here as well for the Pro-Ams, for Rogue Race in Australia. Down he goes. Is everybody going to make it through cleanly? There's a bit of a gap developed there as well. I can't work out why there is a gap as well. Everybody's bottled up a little bit. Everybody makes it through today. Yeah, Gander does. Everybody else does at the same time. No real dramas for anybody. Tomlin and the LCR boys. Well, Tomlin's made it past Bradley Wall. Now Stevie Daniels is having a go at the same time. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have got poor old Dean Sinkovic in the wall. So there we go. Not a great shot, but hey, Dean, welcome in as well. We're carrying on for race number 3. Trev Mortimer down by 2. Carl Avery. What's going on with Dean? He's having a rotten one.
Dean's not on comms at the moment, but his car is pulled over. I'm not sure if he's just had some malfunction there on his equipment or what the story is, but RC has just told the drivers to be wary that there's a car on the side there. He's sort of tucked in behind the fence line a little bit there, but I'm not sure.
This is right at the start. Oh,
he's pulled out of the race straight away.
Got
out of the way. He must be having
issues.
Must have had issues or something, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has. Yep. Mortimer now still leads the field. Batu still tucked in. Lavery still tucked in behind that one. Pringle as well. Still in there. Horton still there. Catcazinos, Tomlin. But at the moment, Mortimer leading the whole field overall. Great run for Trev Mortimer in that Pro-Ams from IRacing Australia out in front. You can see the gap on the left-hand side. There's a second gap from Dougie Gowans, Wayne Edwards, Byrne and Cochrane. 2.4 for Simmons, Wakefield, Gander, Ratcliffe. If you can put that bottom battle on, that'd be amazing, Steve, from David Simmons downwards, as they're having a right little proper ding-dong down there as well. Now we're going to go side by side. Carl Lavery, Dan Bartouche. Oh, Lavery thought about it, not getting through. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see that is the Simmons battle, and he is literally locked in here as well with Ratcliffe, with Wakefield, with Mays. They're all kicking off further down up front. We've got Bartouche and Lavery. They're still fighting out. Pringle and Horton as well, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we've got David Simmons and Kev Wakefield going side by side around the first corner, the big wide right-hander. Oh, nearly a bit of a tail slapper. Ratcliffe's coming on the outside and got on David Simmons now. This is going to be a battle of four cars coming down to a very tight corner.
With three wide on the main screen. There's contact. Lavery's trying to claim room with Pringle. Lavery's going to go round. He snaps. He holds. Pringle goes off. He just puts Cagazine up into blinking the netherworld. Sam's gone. Sam's gone. Sam's gone.
How did Lavery catch it and Sam not catch it?
I don't think Sam had a choice. Oh, no, let's go up a little bit further. Watch Pringle. Rejoin, bang!
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is...
That's a Pringle.
I think he used Sam as a barrier to get himself back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Pringle could be in a little bit of grief here. All the while, Mortimer said, I'm off. Take care. Adios. See you later. Goodbye for now for Trev Mortimer. Down by two, still hidden there. Horton now with Pringle locked in, but there's definitely a penalty coming. Tomlin, Daniel, still LCR. 1-2 in the Pro, 2-3 in the Pro-Ams, because I forgot Mortimer's leading overall. Wall's going to look up the inside as well. He's going to be loud on the brakes. Tomlin's got to get on. Daniels is suffering here as well. Incident noted. We saw it as well. 968 as well on that one. Who is 968?
968 is... Yes.
So... great action here as well, down in on both screens. We're going to bring that onto the live. This is the LCR Pro-Am, Dougie Gowans, Lavery, Bradley Wall. Situation fighting. Mortimer's still out in front by 1.1. Amazing run.
Daniel Burns had a bit of a quiet night, but he's up 7 places from his poor second heat, so he's on a bit of a march at the moment.
Oh dear. Roadblock saying my money is on Sam with your crazy last name to win just before Sam gets put in a wall. Oh dear. Oh, just come back and said I feel terrible. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we do it every time, so don't worry too much.
Yeah.
But this is
also
a great
on a Wednesday night, but yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely, but this
everywhere across the field. I'm gonna go back to Gander and Maisie down the back there. They're having a great little slosh there, but they've all gapped out a bit on me now.
Pringle's got
Here we go.
Pringle's got to drive through. Unsafe rejoin. You think there as well? Good job. He can't argue that. If he even attempts to argue, it's terrible.
Yeah, that was the projectile coming across the track, that was.
Yeah. He's now going to go and send it up in the inside. He'll try and get it in the inside of Bartouche. Pringle's got his drive through. Is he going to go in now? He is. Take care, Jackson. On that one as he goes in. Mortimer still leads by a second. Horton there. Tomlin, Daniels, Gowans. Everybody's going to go past this bit situational battle. LCR side by side. Never good on that one. Tomlin does allow Daniels to go through. Gowans now tucked in right behind him. What's Dougie going to be able to do on this one?
Not a hell of a lot, mate, because it's going to be blocked from top to tail Simmons and Brendan Soper having a great little battle across the back there. They're bouncing off each other like crazy.
Yeah, they're having a great little scrap a little bit further down there as well. We'll put that down on the bottom right on the roof of Dougie Gowans from the old FTR LCR in front of us. And now Dougie's coming into the right-hander of Druids. Soper's gone off. That's the end of that battle. So unfortunately for Brendan Soper, he has gone round. We'll have a look back now once again and see what goes on with Brendan Soper. Oh, dude, you can't put a car on two wheels and hope it stays there.
Yeah. Oh, he just about caught it. Oh, he's bounced off the wall back onto the track. It wasn't bad recovery, but yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Lavery now with the Carlins of Danny Byrne. Burns staying in front of him at the moment. Burns just passed him. Now Burns going after Gowans. Is he going to be able to get through here? I think the LCR boys are a bit of a cork in a bottle at the moment.
Yeah, they are. And Lavery's trying to find a gap there behind Daniel Byrne, but it's hard. These guys are all so close to each other at the moment. They're all 2/10 and 3/10, what you can see there. Oh, Lavery's whipped that tail around.
He's lost places.
That was very close.
Danny Byrne in behind Gowans coming into Druids. Bernie holds his line for that Carlins driver, 808. We've still got no David Gallo. Gallo moving house. Not quite sure if he's set up, ready to go yet either. But LCR, well, they are literally a cork in that bottle.
They are. They're doing a good job at it too, mate. A very good job. Wakefield's having a great little battle with Wayne Edwards down the bottom. There, that flashy car of Wayne Edwards, the full chrome, orange and dark green, looks spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely. Fighting out here as well. You can see the action of Trev Mortimer with Dan Bartouche now closing in on him. Mortimer still leading the field overall. Horton's still in there, giving Bartouche a load of grief and a load of hassle. Let's see it from Horton's point of view through the right hand. There we go. Now coming up here, up into Clay Hill, under the Advan Bridge, past the water tower. We're going to be going very, very shortly. There's the water tower corner now into Druids, the double right-hander. Bartouche holding on there as well. He may go sideways without warning Horton. Be wary of Dan Bartouche. He's now keeping it on the right hand side. There's that half-art defense again. That drives me bonkers. Cover him off or just don't bother.
Yeah, the next battle group behind these guys you're watching the bottom screen, they've just gone 2x2 through some corners. With some mega touching and passing, but they're all gone back to a nice little snake again. Again, these are all 2/10, 1/10, 2/10. Actually, spectacular driving of these boys.
Great battles going on down in the bottom right. Still sitting here following Joshy Horton down through Cascades. We go hard on the brakes now. Gets the car stopped through the first right-hander, misses the curb, goes into Knickerbrook now. Then it's going to be that run up the hill once more. These guys still continuing to fight. Lavery looks like Edwards may have been off and on. Lavery's past Bradley Wall. Yeah, Lavery's past Wall there. This is a bit of a manic third race.
It is. There's a lot going on, mate. A lot going on. Front of the pack, back of the pack. Wakefield and Cochrane and Edwards are all battling again, and these top five are doing a spectacular job as well. Daniel, Stevie Daniels is a massive cork there, isn't he?
Oh, Dan, you missed it. Dan slided. He manages to get it corrected, but I think that's going to allow Horton through.
Yep.
Oh, and that stemmed from him leaving that half-hearted defense again. At the final corner, he needs to either look. There was just nothing there. I'm going to go back really quickly because I don't like doing this, but unfortunately, watch. He just goes into the middle and then he doesn't cover him off and then leaves the door wide open. Yeah. And Horton
he
just
should have stayed more right in the middle just then, so he couldn't get in front of him, couldn't get the run on him.
Absolutely.
Once he's got the run, look at that. That'll also come down to a bit more experience as well. Dan's had a massive upward trajectory and skill level, but there's still some of those smaller nuances that I guess he needs to work on. Defensive looks like one of them. But Joshy Horton's also a character where we just think you're going to push him wide, and all of a sudden he's gone on the outside of you too. So he's a very smart character.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Gowans now has cleared the LCRs. Danny Burns next up for them. We have Lavery trying to get back as well. as these guys continue to fight on. You can see further back, Tomlin is under pressure from Byrne. Doesn't really defend the inside. He allows Byrne to go through. I think he's going to allow Lavery through as well for Chris Tomlin.
Might not have the run in, but he should have been a bit closer to Daniel Byrne then, so we can get the Max Verstappen run on through. Didn't quite get it there, but look at Bradley Wall's been left behind a bit after that little slide.
Yeah. No.
Soper and Sinkovic, looks like they had a bit of contact down the back.
Oh yeah, Soper's been off. Oh, they went off together, I think.
Oh, there's a car stopped in the first sector. I just heard Josh say.
Oh, Dean. Same again. Same bit of grass. He's definitely getting his money's worth out of this circuit. He's definitely seeing it all.
Yeah, he is.
And he's 3 laps down as well. Jackson Pringle chasing down Mark Cochrane. He's got Wayne Edwards in and around him. Trev Mortimer out in front. Is he going to hold on from Horton? Is he going to defend from Horton? Well, the answer safely is no, as Horton just takes the inside line.
Yeah, it looks like Brendan Soper, he's disappeared off the screen. He might have had some technical issues. Maybe he's back. He was parked in the middle of nowhere at one point.
Yeah, Mortimer there now. Still held on to the lead. Horton still can't clear him. He's not going to be able to get him down the hill here unless Mortimer makes an absolute scolding problem. Mortimer holds on, keep the car in the circuit. Round he goes. Bartush is closing in at Horton all of the while. This is going on every single lap that Horton can't get through, every single corner. Bartush is managing to close in. Mortimer's just got to put his car more to the right-hand side than he has to where he is at the moment. There you go. He comes over now up through the right hand of Druids. Don't leave the door open this time, Trev. Shut him off altogether. Come out the corner. Go directly to the right. Over you go. Over you go. Go over. He's going to come through at you soon. Oh, Mortimer manages to hold on to Horton. Not close enough.
No, not close enough. But Mortimer is just keeping enough of that centre line covered too. He's doing a bit better job of defending than Dan has been so far.
Yeah. Great fighting so far. Horton still holding on. Bartush still not quite there at the moment. He's now getting onto the back. Horton can see him coming now in the mirrors. He knows he's going to be there as well. Dean Sinkovic is at Danny Byrne on the bottom screen at the moment. Horton trying to push Mortimer through the corner there. Maybe Dream can get sponsorship from Garden. Dean can get sponsorship from Garden in Australia. Absolutely. I agree. He's been over there so many times.
Danny Byrne's gone off and rotated around the corner of tyres. He was in a great little battle there as well too, so unfortunately there for him.
Yeah, Mortimer's still got this moving at the moment. Horton's going to come at him here. Where are you going to go, Joshy? Where are you going to go? Mortimer's placed his car in the middle of the circuit. Horton goes on the outside.
Oh, no. He's left the door open.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, he has. Here we go for Horton. It's going to be side by side with Mortimer into turn number 1. Is Horton going to be able to get the run through? He does. Is Mortimer going to sweep him around the outside? Yes. Mortimer's going to run him side by side down into Cascades. Unfortunately, Horton's going to have the inside. Mortimer gets the speed and takes his nose off once more. Trev Mortimer driving out of his skin here at the moment.
He is. I got Dan Bartush's cam through the cockpit showing how close these boys are getting, the battle they're having from behind as well.
Yeah, down in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see from Bartush's cockpit what is going on here as these guys continue to scrap. Whoa, stop. Oh, stop. Oh, I'm stuck.
Not listening, mate.
It's not listening. I do apologise, but my stuff's gone.
Go on, mouse aim.
What is going on? It's done stuff.
Yeah, it's aiming the camera with the mouse.
Stop it. Stop.
Anyway, down the bottom screen, you can see the action that JP's trying to get on, and Josh has just passed Mortimer across the start-finish line just as he's coming up the hill. But Bartush is going to have a crack at Mortimer too now. It looks like he's thinking about it and thinking this looks like a great time to have a bit of a crack nice and close as they come through around the tyres. Coming up the right-hander.
I can't get this off. What is going on? Excuse me, 2 seconds.
Yeah, all right, mate.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
There you go.
What the blinking Nora was going on there? It's stuck on mouse and didn't come off. But Oulton goes through there as well. Apologies, everybody in YouTube chat for what you just witnessed. Oh, my God. Mental note. Whatever button that was, don't hit it again.
Don't hit it again. That was all right, mate. These things happen. But the boys have been battling on. Joshie Horton's done a great little job getting past. Nothing, it wasn't a very dramatic move or anything like that, but he did make the move stick, which is most important. So he is going for a spectacular result tonight. I might take the camera down to 5th place to Kyle Lavery and see how those boys are battling on there. The three of them, he's got Stevie Daniels and Chris Simon, the LR boys, following in hot pursuit. Bradley Wall's catching them, and so is Shane Ratcliffe.
We've got 3 minutes to go here. Joshie Horton leading the field. Mortimer tucked in behind as well. Mortimer carries more speed in through Knickerbrook. Is he going to be able to close in on Horton? He's opened up the gap to Bartouche at the moment. Dougie Gowans, Carl Lavery driving around in no man's land. Lavery's got Daniels a little bit behind. Pringle and Byrne are having a nice little scrap a little bit further back there at the same time. But still fighting out. Joshie Horton with Trev Mortimer, with Dan Bartouche. Literally going to be about 2.5 minutes to go. Should be about 1 and 1 more, maybe 1 and 2 more at the most here. As these guys, there's Sam Katkazinos trying to recover back. Dean's 2 laps down. Mortimer's looking at the inside. Is he at the moment? No. You can see on the bottom right-hand corner, that is Byrne and Pringle side by side. Pringle's just gone through. Byrne's leaning on him, coming out of the final corner. He wants that in line, going into turn number 1. Byrne on the left, Pringle on the right. Down into 1 they go at the moment. It's still going to be side by side. Byrne still demands room. Pringle says, no, you're not having any. And Pringle comes out here in front of him, getting that overtake done. Horton, however, still with Mortimer and Bartouche, Steve.
Yeah, he's one. You know what he's like. He's a weapon once he gets out in front. It's all about Bartouche now, and Mortimer. Will Bartouche be able to get past him and take that second podium position? They've got a minute and a half left, so we'll have probably a 1 and 1 a bit.
Yeah, Dan Bartouche is going to go through on Mortimer here. If he can hold on to this position, he can. So great job from Dan. Lovely little bit of move. Now, is he going to be able to get up into Mortimer quick enough? This is going to be the closest final lap I think we're going to witness here. Horton can back it up just a little bit. He would go over the line, and this would be the checkered flag of this one. It is the final lap, says RC, so thank you very much. That gets rid of any confusion. But Dan Bartouche and Mortimer try it. Oh, Trev, you silly nana.
Oh, no. Oh, no. How close is the field behind him? Oh, look at this. 7. Is that?
Dougie Gowans, new livery.
Dougie Gowans comes out of nowhere. Nowhere to just steal second place. What a weapon the old farties. What a job he's done there. Daniel Byrne and Pringle were having a great little bundle there as well too, and that got a little bit untouched. Byrne's got in front of him now.
Yeah, Horton's going to come round over the line. He's going to make it 3 out of 3 here for Josh Horton. Great job from him. Great victory. Dougie Gowans is going to come over after stealing second place there. Good job. Mortimer's going to hang on to Pro-Ams, but I don't know how for long he's going to do it there. Lavery comes over, grabs third, then Bartouche, then LCR of Daniels and Tomlin again. Great job this time, but they were roles reversed from race number 2. It was Tomlins and Daniels, and now it's Tomlins, Daniels and Tomlins. Bradley Wall makes it 3 out of 3 for him on the victory as well. So great job from all of these guys as this goes on. I'll see if we can have Horton, Gowans, Lavery, Mortimer, if he is definitely the winner, unless you're going to give him a penalty, and then we'll have Daniels, but if not, then we'll have Mortimer and Bradley Wall, please, as well. That would be awesome. Then
what a cracker of a lap. What the last few corners as well were pretty spectacular. Daniel Byrne down the bottom was having a great little battle with Jackson Pringle for a while too, so they had some lot of fun down the back. Everywhere we looked tonight, the action was thick and fast, and kept JP very busy while I just did a little bit of finger tapping and changing the second screen.
Absolutely. Trev should have a good look in the mirror last lap, should get more severe penalties for dumb stuff like that. Yeah, it's really hard. I don't really know where, if you're looking at the bigger picture, he didn't need to send this. He was too far back, Steve. I think that's the thing. He carried a massive amount of overspeed, didn't get the car rotated, wasn't alongside at the apex, and unfortunately for Trev Mortimer, that was it on that one. I think it would be interesting to see what goes on. Let's bring you up the results of the feature race. Joshie Oulton wins it. Dougie Gowan steals second. Trev Mortimer in the Pro-Ams is your winner, but I don't know if he's going to hang on to that. Carl Lavery takes the podium and down by 2. Stevie Daniels and Chris Tomlins second and third again. Shane Ratcliffe, Bradley Wall wraps up 3 out of 3 in the AMs. Good job from him. Kev Wakefield, Jackson Pringle, Danny Byrne, Mark Cochran, Wayne Edwards and Russell Gander. Simmons grabs 3 second places here this evening. Piccoli gets her second and third place as well. And then Sam Katagazinos a little bit further back. Then on from that, Bradley Mays, Dean Sinkovic and Brendan Soper. So there we go. We'll have to see what comes of the mate.
What's Lavery's car doing? Looks like he's doing a bit of Lightning McCoy and Mater action up against the wall.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how he ended up there, to be blatantly honest.
Yeah.
What did he do? Oh, that's a rubbish camera.
Oh, he's hooked onto the wall. As he's come in, he's hit it.
That's a very interesting way of entering pit lane.
So what's he done here? Oh, he's I don't know what he's done there. He's hit the wall. Silly boy. Anyway, have we got anyone to interview as yet?
Yeah, Bradley Wall
What
is
do we
there.
got?
Let's bring old Bradley Wall into the booth as well. The man who's wrapped up 3 out of 3 in the AMs, Oulton Park, and this layout goes well with Bradley Wall. He's done a great job there. Stella, nobody could climb over the wall this evening. Bradley took 3 out of 3. Brad, well done, son.
Thank you.
Good job there, mate.
Enjoyed that. Yeah, I like those short little chaotic tracks. They're a lot of fun.
Well done, Braddles. It's good to see you having fun, mate. I can hear it in your voice that you're loving it.
It might be the cold, man. I'm crook, but yeah. Nah, that was good.
How was it out there, man? Pretty tight, very close. Always action because of the size of the track.
Yeah, there wasn't. You didn't have to wait long to be in a battle, so that was good. I found myself up a lot further than I thought I would, so that was interesting. But yeah, it was really close.
It definitely was there, mate. But 3 out of 3, not bad at all. That's going to give you a nice little bump in the standings as well, with no Greg Johnson and Piccoli wrapping up 2 third places as well. Are you going to take this championship, Brad, do you think?
Maybe I did get a 20-point post-race penalty in race 2 there, so I don't know what that'll do to me, but it could. But it all depends on the drop rounds and next round.
What did you do in race 2?
I'm not sure, but I think I turned someone. I thought I was far enough up, but I wasn't.
Oh,
drop rounds are done now, mate. Tonight was round 8, so drop rounds there's none available. So I think the updated score tonight will include the final drop rounds and everything like that. So you'll find that out tonight.
Ah, awesome! I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
No, mate. Well done. Congratulations on your 3 wins there, buddy. Well done, and looking forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to next week as well, and watching this broadcast back.
Take care, dude.
Well, hopefully it's as much fun as me and JP had commentating it, mate. Take care.
Catches.
See ya. Right, next up, I'm looking forward to this one because Mr. Trev Mortimer takes the victory. That's 2 victories tonight in race number 3. But I feel there might be some repercussions for a final lap incident there that some may say he didn't have to do. But let's have a chat with him now. Trev, welcome in, bud.
JP, how are you, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Tell me what was going through your head on that final lap, buddy.
Oh, mate, it's not often your car's as good as those other hot rods, like a Horton or a Bartush or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I felt like if I hadn't have made a mistake, I could have caught Josh, but he's so fast through the middle of the corners, man.
YouTube chat were going nuts, mate, because they were like, he didn't have to do it. He didn't have to do it. He just had to sit there. He was leading the class. What is he doing?
I know, but you only live once, mate. I was having a crack, boys. Get in there.
Yeah, but dude, having a crack isn't sending it from blinking the other side of the country, is it?
To be fair, I thought I had
couple of deported you.
I thought I had a good run in there, and I've raced with Dan before. I thought he would give me a little bit of space, but
you know what? Thought, don't you?
I still haven't looked at it, so I'll go back and review it. But
well, you were naughty, Trev. Let's just put it that way. You come from miles behind.
Okay. Apologies to Dan. I didn't mean any malice by it. I just thought I had a run coming down the hill there.
Mate. Well, listen. Go on, Steve.
Yeah. We all have racing moments where you get on the black stuff between the white lines, and you have those little flinging moments, and you think, I might give this a go, and then you realise that your ambition outweighed your talent.
Oh, Trev, you got a 20-point penalty.
Okay. That's championship points, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's cool.
You naughty boy,
That's all right,
Trev.
mate. You still had fun, yeah?
Oh, every Thursday, guys. Nothing but fun.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all good, mate. Well, mate, who gets you on track and supports the Road Racing Australia?
Action tow bars, easy motorcycle spares, the old extreme karting crew, and the missus. She puts the beers in the feed on.
Drinking and driving as
Are you
well.
wearing one of those hats with a stubby on each side and a straw?
Yeah, but soft drink, of course, Sinker.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Of course, mate, of course.
Otherwise, there'll be another 10-point bringing deduction for drink driving, Trev. Oh, that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, fella, congratulations. Unfortunate for your 20-point penalty, but there we go. Can't do a lot about it. Have a good one, mate, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Take care.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, sorry, dude. Right. YouTube chat, settle your blinking knickers. All right? That's all I'm going to say on that. Settle down. He did apologise. He did win the race. We can't stop that. We have a chat with the winners. Settle back down and chill out. Dan, he's apologised. He said sorry. He thought he would have a crack and he went for it. So there we go. All right?
Yeah. Look, yeah, we've all been responsible having a crack here and there. As long as we're apologetic and we leave it on the track, it's all fun and games. I'm sure Dan's had a few moments where he regrets some moves he's made as well. We all do. But let's get on to Mr. Joshy Horton, who's had an absolute stellar night and showed us how, I think Rushy said it, how to drive smooth, how to drive fast, and how to be patient, and how to win races.
Yeah, he did take 3 out of 3 here as well. The man from Vermilion did look literally unstoppable at times. He did show a different side to Mr. Horton this evening. We saw patience, which is absolutely amazing to see here as well. But here he is in the booth with us. Joshy Horton, 3 out of 3, son. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great night.
Yeah, patience.
Yeah, look, it's...
What's going on there? You changed or something?
We never see that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, PG.
Yeah, that as well. Apologies for the language if anybody gets offended.
Look, the track isn't that easy to pass at, so it's not worth just dumping it in every second and losing a bunch of time because it's pretty hard to catch back up. So yeah, just a bit of patience goes a long way, and I think it definitely paid off tonight, seeing as what was happening around me. So I think I did pretty well.
How is the track? I haven't raced this configuration of it, but how was it?
Looking at an 86, I think it's bearable, if that's the right word to use. Like when I'm racing people, it was a lot of fun, but I'd like to see a little bit longer layouts with a little bit more technical sections. But for racing, it was amazing.
Yeah,
it looked like a lot of fun, didn't it, JP?
It did, mate. I've been round here in a Clio. That's even quite most amusing. I've got to be blatantly honest with you. But, dude, is this the time now where you sit back and go, I've wrapped up the championship going into the final round, do you reckon?
No, because then we'd have a repeat of Bathurst, JP. We're not up for that.
Yeah, or where was we when you lost it to Dougie Gowans on the final lap or whatever it was on the final round? Where was that one?
Yeah, final round I got into a big
Is
incident.
that salt in your hands there, JP, that you're rubbing?
No, dude, I'm merely pointing out that he's been in this position before and we've seen drama. That's all I'm saying. Making him aware that next week he's going to show that same patience that he's developed somehow, and he's going to hold on, aren't you, Josh?
I think so. Next week we're at Zolder.
Yeah, we've gone just Dutch on you for the final round, mate. No, we ran out of British tracks.
Yep.
That's okay. I'm confident for that round. That was where I did lots of laps of the Prodigy League when that was around, so should be okay. But yeah, full steam ahead even in the last round. Not going to cough up right at the finish line.
All right, mate. Well, good luck there, buddy. Because, we don't want to see that again. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to the guys over at SRW. These events are pretty great to be a part of, and if you're interested in what we do here, definitely jump on in and jump into the SRW Discord. But I race for Vermilion Motorsports. Now sponsors are Race Lab, Burb Designs, Supernova Motorsports, Hymo Setups, Vermilion X Coaching, and thecartshop.com.au.
Yeah, and also I do want to say I'm proud of you as well. All right. That's mainly for the fact that you managed to drive a safety car yesterday and you didn't spin it once.
Well, a bit of patience there too. We weren't fully on the limit. I can drive it faster if you want me to.
Well, Dougie Gowans is in the chat, mate. He goes, yes, I beat Joshy for a championship. Will never happen again. And I think Gowans' mic's out of action too, so he can't pop in. But, mate, stellar run tonight. A lot of fun. Great fun for me and JP, that's for sure. I hope the viewers enjoyed as much as we did.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your night.
And you.
See you, buddy.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, as well for that. Dan, that's the attitude, mate. Yeah, I know. But listen, if you need a cuddle, hit me up. I'll send you one over. So there we go. Dougie Gowans in the YouTube chat. Guns out for Greggy Johnson as well. Well, that was exciting. The thing is as well, right, I get the Mortimer situation, and he did have a go. And, you know, if gap car, and if you stop going for the gap, are you not a racing driver, from the famous words of a 4-time champion from Ayrton Senna? You know, he had an opportunity. He saw the door was open, and it was open, but he just didn't quite get left the room that he thought he was going to get. And, you know, we could be here for all day deciphering it, but he had a go, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Look, not all champions are going to be as graceful as Joshua Horton. You know, you look at Schumacher, you look at Prost. You know, these are all drivers that have taken the tracks to the next level to make sure that people can't get past them to win titles too. So you got a Verstappen-esque sort of thing. You know, you got to go for it and put. Racing is racing, is a gap, but again, in this format, we try to keep it clean and safe and respectful. But, you know, in real world, you get people like that everywhere.
Yeah, well, look at Prost and Senna having a great little ding-dong down into turn one in Suzuka. Yeah. That didn't exactly go very long. So, you know, we've got to take this on what it is. He had a go. We've all made mistakes, right? Everybody on this grid at some point has made a cock up. So, there we go. Yep. I'm going to wrap it up now, because otherwise I'll still be here arguing with YouTube chat all day. But we can't do that. Because
debating, mate, debating.
No, we don't debate. I'm right, they're wrong. End of. Right, going forward as well. Thank you so much for that. Join us. We've got a lot more action coming up here on SRW, so don't forget to get yourselves involved. Join me. No, it won't be me next week. It'll be Hamish and Steve doing you for the SFLs.
No, it won't be.
What?
SFLs, it'll be Cowie and Hamish, because I'm be in Sydney and I'm going to miss the last round, mate. So you're going to be in here, I think, with Stephanie Piccoli on Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
And Hamish and Cowie are going to be doing Wednesday night, covering us, because I'll be in Sydney for work and I won't get back till Friday evening. And I'm going to miss the last round, which I'm pretty bloody devastated about too.
Yeah, well, I'll be back on Thursday for the final round here in the GR86s, but won't be here for SFL. But as always, guys, thanks so much for joining us. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. Take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mosman and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down to the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us.